want to talk just a second more about motivational interviewing. It's one of my favorite psychological concepts because it takes this ability to nurture desire and gives a little bit of a scientific element to it. The way we phrase it in Sons of Healing is, why are you fighting? Now, a common thing that we see is when you first ask the question, you get almost a brain dead response. Like, what? And you got to be patient and just ask the question again. No, why are you fighting? We know there is a reason. You're just not remembering it right now. I am? Yes. Why are you fighting? What am I fighting for? Okay, let's go ahead and clarify that for a second. What it does is it's pushing them into their frontal lobe. They go, oh yeah, I'm fighting for this. Okay, now why are you fighting for that? The other half of the question that's kind of a push-pull psychological process is, why don't you just give up? I do this in marriage therapy sessions early in the process, where I'll just ask a husband with full sincerity, why don't you just let your marriage die? That could be easier. I'll even talk about it, saying, she's a lot of work. She's got a lot of opinions. She's a traumatized woman. And when I do that, there's almost always a fight that starts to occur. They're like, what? Are you trying to talk me into getting divorced? Well, dude, you've already listed for me 20 reasons why she's a headache. And then they start going, no, I'm going to keep her for this reason. And I'm going to work for it for this reason. And they just start pumping out their reasons. I'm all, okay. I think I've only had one guy in the last 10 years say, you've convinced me. I'm kicking her to the curb. Wow. That guy's spine just fell on the floor, rolled under the carpet and down the gutter. That man has zero backbone. And this scares moms. I have to warn the moms sometimes. You're walking through a Zoom group and you hear me and it sounds like I'm talking the boys into losing a battle. You're trying to get my son to go look at pornography? I already know his value system is there and it exists. But I have to move things out of the way to get to it. And as soon as I can say, dude, why don't you just lose your value system, throw it in the garbage can, let yourself become a pervert, and just enjoy pornography instead of talking to real women for the next 5 years. And they get mad. They're like, are you kidding me? Are you stupid, Harker? And they just start yelling, and their warrior chemistry comes out, and they say, I will not be a pervert. I will be noble and great. They're bringing it back to the surface where it can be used. This is a cultivating exercise. I invite you to try it on yourself. Pick one of those things that is wishy-washy in your life right now. One of those things for me right now is drinking water. It's a thing because I don't mind drinking things that are not water. I've gone through phases of life where I can take down 64 ounces of cherry Coke in one day. I'm not naturally motivated to drink water. I'm reaching a phase of my life where water intake, well, it's probably mattered the whole time, but I'm going, I might need to be more conscientious now that I'm shoved into the second half of my life if I want to keep my brain working correctly. But at least 3 to 7 times a day, I forget why. Now, why am I focused on water? Why am I drinking water? So I put up stupid motivators that are ridiculous, like a sticker chart at my office. I get to get stickers every time I refill my water bottle. I know, I'm a 53-year-old man. You should not have to have a sticker chart for a 53-year-old man. But I really like my sticker chart. I have an app on my phone that claps for me when I drink water. I push a button and I say, I drink water. It goes, yay, you drink water. It's silly, it's dumb, but it's motivating. I tell my wife when I drink water and she thinks it's Christmas. She acts like I just won the Nobel Peace Prize if I drink 14 ounces of water. And she knows she's manipulating me and I know she's manipulating me. We both don't care because I don't have enough maturity to remember the true value of drinking water. Is it okay to have fake motivators? I'm drinking more water now than I used to, so I'm using fake motivators. What do I want? I want to have a brain that works better than my dad's brain is working right now in his 82nd year. But that's not what I think about on a daily basis. So motivational interviewing is when you stack these reasons. Why am I doing this? All of us can stay motivated to make sure fires don't burn our house down every time it gets started because we can see the fire right there. But what about checking the fire alarms to make sure that they're okay when it's not really that urgent right now? So many of us do not attend to things that need attention to it because it's not that urgent. So you have to use motivational interviewing with yourself. So if there's any arena in your life you are struggling with getting adequate motivation because you're being invited and enticed to neglect it, to do or not do something against your value system, cheat the system. This question is extremely important. We even see it in one of our sacred ceremonies when they say, what is wanted? We have been blessed with the freedom of choice, and we get to pick what we want. So it's important that you do so intentionally, and then you put it in a place where it can be repeated, because healthy wants are not naturally stimulating. Healthy wants must be planted and nurtured in order to get power behind them. All right, I want to give you one more cheat tool. If you haven't noticed, brain momentum can be like water in a stream or river. It can just be moving in a certain direction because that's where it usually goes. It's really hard to turn a river. As Michael declared, neurological pathways are turnable, just like a river is turnable, but it can take a lot of effort. But what if we turned it at the very top? If you stand at the very top of a mountain and during a rainstorm, you might witness two raindrops 1 inch apart from each other. One goes east, one goes west, and they go that direction for the next year or two. So what if you cheated and you brought a sheet of plastic or something like that, and you held it up a foot or two over the edge of the mountaintop, and you forced some extra water to go down one side that would have naturally gone down the other side? What if you influenced the next year or two by changing a simple thing right at the beginning? How cool would that be? How much influence could you have if you did that over a period of time? I realized that when I wake up in the morning, I can either have a random or natural thought, or I can push the thought process in a direction I want it to go for the next several hours. So this is one of the magic ways to use a 3x5 card. On a 3x5 card, write down something you want to think about for the first hour in the morning and put it next to your alarm clock, so it's the very first thought that you get pushed into when you first wake up. Keep it with you to keep pushing it in that direction. You can always use a different 3x5 card tomorrow if you want to think about something different than that tomorrow, or if you want to try to create some consistency and you want to try it again, you just use the same 3x5 card. If you're like me with attention deficit disorder, you might spend 2 or 3 hours thinking about it in the morning, and then by evening you completely forgot about what you were thinking about that morning. And like, I think I was having an important thought this morning, but I have no idea what it is. But then you pull a 3x5 card out of your pocket and you're reminded by your own 3x5 card. I'm telling you, man, 3x5 cards are absolutely magic when it comes to gaining any psychological consistency. And this, my friends, is one of the most powerful ways to avoid being suckered by the inviteth and enticeth techniques of Satan, because he loves to pull us off course.